guys, welcome back to another video. And if you guys are new here, hi, my name is Astra. I'm a intuitive tarot reader and I do tarot readings here on my channel. Today I am going to be doing an energy update on Freen and Becky. This is a paid video reading and the person that requested this video did say that it was okay for it to be public. So let's get started with this reading for Freen and Becky and check their current energies. It's been a while since I did a video reading on them. So first I'm going to go ahead and check Freen's energy. So let's see, what is Freen's current energy right now towards Becky? What is Freen's current energy right now towards Becky? Alright, you guys, so with Freen, I do pick up here with the Imperial that I got this before in other readings, but for Freen, I do feel like when it comes to Becky, you know, she can seem like she does have the more masculine energy between the two of them. It doesn't mean like she's more masculine overall, but I feel like when it comes to her and Becky's bond, Freen can be the more protective and masculine one when it comes to their bond. Like, I feel like she really is protective of Becky, you know. She does have a lot of nurturing energy in her as well, that she does always want to care for Becky and make sure Becky's okay. And, you know, she does have like this big protective, nurturing energy in her. I feel like she always, you know, cares about Becky's needs and, you know, does see what Becky needs, and if she needs anything, she does give it to her. With the Page of Cups, like, I feel like also like gifting energy over here. So definitely Freen really, you know, always like looks into how she can make Becky happy. She always like looks into Becky's needs as well. With the Knight of Wands, I do see that maybe they did have fun or enjoy a lot of time together. So I do feel like a lot of energy of them enjoying their time, spending time together, having fun, maybe partying or dancing or just like singing and having fun with music, and all of that is the vibe that I'm getting, okay? Definitely Freen does have a lot of love for Becky, a lot of love and care that I'm seeing over here. Sometimes Becky can hold things in and not share them, and I feel like that is something that has happened a few weeks ago where Becky was like feeling a little bit that she was in her own space or not sharing that much things with Freen. And I feel like Freen was a little bit, you know, like she does want Becky to share things with her so she could help her. Becky sort of was holding things in or wasn't sharing that much things with Freen, and Freen was feeling a little bit, you know, not sure like how she can, you know, help Becky, because she felt like Becky was like bothered with something or wasn't able to share it with her. Even though I feel like they both share a lot of things with each other. They really open up to each other. They really share secrets with each other. But I feel like Becky was feeling something that can relate to them both. And Becky sometimes, you know, can hold things inside of her and hold them in and not share them. All right, and so I feel like Freen was like feeling not sure, you know, how to deal with the situation, because she wished that Becky would open up to her so they could solve things. But I do feel like whatever that energy was, they recently have spent good time together, and I feel like there is like a good balance when it comes to their bond right now. Let's see, anything else that Freen is feeling when it comes to Becky? Anything that Freen else is feeling regarding her and Becky? What else is Freen feeling regarding her and Becky? You know, the bond that Freen and Becky do have is like a bond that really balances each other, okay? I feel like they both can be different in their own ways and they can be different personalities, but I feel like they both really balance each other out. Freen has things that do balance out Becky, and Becky does have things that does balance out with Freen. Like, I feel like they both have their own, you know, personalities that do balance each other out. Like, I feel like Becky does push Freen to explore some new things and do new things. And Freen does give Becky like the nurturing energy, the care, the attention. All right. And I feel like it's definitely like their worst nightmare, like if ever they lose each other, because I feel like it's something that they both fear, that what if we lose each other, or what if, you know, this bond doesn't continue. But I feel like especially Freen does try to focus on the present and not think about that. I feel like a lot of times she did used to think, you know, about certain things that happen between them, and like, what if I lost her in that situation? All right. So they really fear losing each other. Okay. Like Freen is mostly in the space right now where she's like really focusing on the present, not really focusing on the things that can happen in the future. I feel like a couple of months ago she probably was stressing about certain things. There was things that were stressing her up at night, and you know, a lot of personal things that were happening with Freen, I feel. But I feel like Becky did stand up with her in those situations. And I feel like Freen right now is like mostly in this energy where she doesn't really want to focus on the future. Even when it comes to their bond, you know, I feel like she just wants to live the moment. I'm also picking some traveling over here with the Two of Wands, all right? So let's get into Becky's energy right now. Let's see, what is Becky's current energy towards Freen right now? What is Becky's current energy towards Freen right now? All right, you guys, so definitely remember when I told you guys that Becky was Freen was feeling that Becky was going through something, and you know, she was being a little bit distant or being in her own space. I do see that Becky was at the space where she felt like she was at a blocked road, and I feel like this does have to do with their bond, that Becky was feeling that, you know, she really would want their bond to grow more, like more than a friends, okay? And I feel like she has built a lot of expectations, and those expectations started hurting her. And, you know, she doesn't know how to control the expectations that she had. So I feel like she was going through a struggle. Like, I want to be practical. I'm not sure how to, you know, because Becky does want to live in the moment like Freen is, but she wasn't sure how to deal with that. She was confused on which way to go between, you know, her heart and between her wanting to be practical. So she was going through a bit of indecision, you know, the last couple of months. But I do feel like they recently have spent time together here with the Ten of Cups. They really enjoy some time, and were really able to be in each other's comfort. I feel like they were really able to enjoy time together, also share some things together. And Becky felt definitely that they both were able to grow from that experience alone, that they both were able to share things, you know, and her being practical and her being indecisive sort of was something that she forgot when she spent time with Freen, that she was able to have fun and enjoy her time, you know. I feel like there was like a lot of laughs and a lot of new things they tried as well together that time. So yes, and I do feel like Freen definitely has done some gestures that made Becky feel happy. So I feel like Becky, you know, inside of her, she still has that, you know, in the back of her mind, that maybe I should be practical and maybe should just like enjoy the moment and not think about the future of our connection. But I feel like right now, you know, she's just like enjoying the time that she recently spent with Freen. Really made her feel more positive and sort of forget, you know, what was bothering her. All right, let's see, anything else regarding Becky? Anything else that Becky's feeling towards Freen? Yeah, you guys, so the thing is with Becky, she really holds things in, okay? Especially when it comes to their bond. You know, I feel like they share things with each other a lot. They share their secrets, they share their fears. But when it comes to their bond and, you know, something that is bothering them between the two of them, I feel like especially Becky, she keeps it in. Here with the moon, like she keeps it a secret as much as she can. Like when something is bothering her regarding her bond with Freen or anything like that, she keeps that in, all right? And so that's what I was picking, that the last couple of months she was feeling heartbroken, feeling indecisive, you know, not sure what to do. And instead of sharing that with Freen, she was keeping it in. And so I feel like even Freen started noticing that something is wrong, something is there that is bothering Becky. Becky really cares a lot for Freen and does have a lot of loving care. With the thing that was bothering her, she wasn't sure how to express it, okay? And so she was keeping that in, and that was, you know, definitely making her struggle with it alone. All right, but again, I'm getting the 10 of Cups again, so I feel like they definitely have spent time together recently, and that was really able to help Becky a lot, you know, with connecting with Freen and, you know, feeling that the things that she was worried about, or feeling, you know, probably she shouldn't focus on those right now, all right? I don't feel like, to be honest, these things, you know, are fully over from Becky's mind. They're still there since I'm still picking them up, but I feel like she was able to distract herself with spending time with Freen recently, that those things sort of, you know, didn't take that much place of it in her mind recently, okay? So let's get some oracles at what else is going on their bond and some hidden truths as well. Let's see, anything else that we should know about Freen and Becky's bond? Exchanging gifts. Yes. Remember when I mentioned that Freen, you know, always like thinks about things, you know, to give Becky or what to give Becky. So there's like a lot of exchanging gifts when it comes to their bond. Like not as gifts all the time, but I feel like they both really know what the other needs and, you know, try to give it to the other, okay? And I feel like it doesn't mean that when it comes to price, or that price matter, or they have to get something expensive all the time. No, I feel like when they think about gifts, is what she needs and what she wants. And I feel like Freen, especially, if you guys remember my last reading, if you guys watched that one, I did pick that Freen really was thinking about gifting Becky something, and she wanted that thing to be really, really special. So they always think about the meaning behind the gifts, you know, instead of the price or how pricey they are. So definitely I feel like gift giving is like a big thing when it comes to their bond. Anything else about Freen and Becky's bond? Never ending story, yes. A change in the wind, and one more. Soulmates, interesting. Alright, you guys. So, with Never Ending Story, I feel like this is definitely what Becky has been feeling. There is this thing that she's feeling, that is this feeling that I'm feeling ever going to end? Hearing like Becky say, like, is this feeling gonna end? Is this feeling gonna end? And I feel like it does have to do with, you know, her expectations, because I feel like she feels bad that she does have expectations, all right? There is sometimes that she does feel things, and she feels like, what if I'm the only one that's feeling this? So I feel like sometimes, you know, she sits by herself and it's like, why is this never ending? Because I feel like sometimes she does feel bad that she feels the way that she does, because she does want to live in the moment, but sometimes she cannot help but think about things moving forward. And so it's like almost like a never ending story. And that's why, you know, probably even Freen felt that something has changed in Becky, that she's acting a little bit different, all right? But like I said, I feel like they recently have spent time together. And with the soulmates, this is interesting. I feel like they probably do have like this soulmate energy, that I feel like their souls, you know, were meant to meet, okay? Like their souls were meant to meet at the same time. If you guys see these penguins, like they just put their heads above each other and they almost like fit. And I feel like that's like the feeling when it comes to Freen and Becky. And what I mean by soulmate, it doesn't mean like, oh, they're the people that are gonna end up with each other for the rest of their lives. No, you guys, like soulmates do have like a lot of meanings. They have the meaning of, you know, two people that were meant to be in each other's lives because they do bring a certain purpose. That's the meaning for soulmates as well. So I feel like their souls probably were fated to be with each other because they just bring that so much purpose. And you know, it's like almost, you see, one does have the lock in the heart and one has the keys. A lot of things for each other that they both don't have. So it's like almost a problem, you have the solution. When I need someone, you are there. It's like almost like that. When I have this, you have that for me, like that. It's like a give and back. So that's like what I mean when I say that they balance each other out. So I feel like definitely like it's almost like a faded feeling when it comes to their bond, that they are in each other's lives for a reason because they are so meaningful. And that's why I feel like they both cannot even imagine life with each other now, because I feel like they just got so used to being in each other's lives, and just like the thought of losing each other, you know, is like a big nightmare for them. And when it comes to go the distance, I feel like they both really go the distance when it comes to each other, okay? Maybe some people do think that they're just co-workers or they're probably just friends, but I feel like they're definitely more than that. You know, the bond that they have is really close. The friendship that they have is really close. There's a lot of times where they would go out of their distance to reach for each other. They would go out of their way, is like almost the word that I'm feeling, okay? And again, with exchanging gifts, like there's a lot of times where there's not even an occasion, and they would just like bring each other something. So they definitely go the distance when it comes to their bond. Alright guys, so now let's get some hidden truths. So let's see for Freen first. What is Freen's hidden truth towards Becky? What is Freen's hidden truth towards Becky? Wait for a sign from you. I wish things can be different. And one more. What is Freen's hidden truth towards Becky? Interesting. Alright, you guys, so for Freen, I'll wait for a sign from you. So I feel like, remember when I told you guys that Freen was feeling that Becky was feeling a certain way, and, you know, she wished that Becky would open up to her. So sometimes, you know, Freen does know when Becky is feeling a certain way. So sometimes she's like, I will wait for you to open up to me first. Or I will wait for you, like, I'm not going to push you to open up to me. Like, I will wait for when you are open to, you know, speaking with me about this certain thing. So sometimes I feel like Freen does want to make Becky open by herself, you know. She doesn't want to push herself. She waits for the right time for Becky to open up to her. So, and I wish things can be different. Sometimes Freen also does wish, you know, that probably things can be different, that maybe their bond can grow more to a bigger level. But like I said, I feel like right now Freen is not really stressing about, you know, where their bond is gonna head or how it is gonna be. She's definitely focusing on the moment and, you know, enjoying her time right now with Becky, because I feel like she doesn't really want to stress about, you know, things in the future. And I feel like Becky does want to do the same as well, but I feel like sometimes she cannot help it. And I wonder if you're happy without me. This is interesting. So I feel like sometimes Freen does, you know, wonder, you know, how Becky is doing when she's hanging out maybe with other people or with other friends or anyone else. You know, she does wonder like how she's doing, because I feel like they're so used to being around each other that they wonder how they're doing, you know, when maybe they're doing solo things or anything like that. So definitely it does come on Freen's mind as well. And I do feel like she definitely is protective about her when it comes to maybe certain friends or people around her, okay? So let's see now for Becky. Okay. Remember every detail of that day. I want to feel that again. Interesting. So these all just popped up. I want to tell you how I feel. Yeah, so I'm telling you guys that Becky does feel a certain way, and she has been feeling for a couple of months, and she sometimes does wish she can open up to Freen, but you know, I feel like she holds herself back because it comes to them together. Like, it doesn't come to something personal that she's, you know, going through. It comes to the relationship between the two of them. So, you know, inside of her, she does want to tell her how she feels and just like open up to her, because sometimes it can really be burdening, okay? But yes, I feel like maybe when they recently spent time together, they were able to open up a bit, but I don't feel like it was a really big opening up, you know, conversation, okay? Because I feel like Becky, she really holds it as much as she can, and I feel like sometimes, you know, she would explode because she has been bottling up her emotions for so long. So yeah, and I remember every detail of that day. So this is interesting because these two just match that there is a day that Becky just really remembers every detail of, and maybe this can be recent or can be something in the past, but there is a day that she experienced with Free that she feels like I remember every detail of that day, and she feels like probably Free doesn't know how much special that day was for her, but she feels like I remember every detail of that day to that point. So she feels like there's like a special day that she'll never forget, and she feels like she wants to experience that day again. She wants to feel the same way that she felt that day. So I don't know if this is like a day that you guys know about or something that they both experience off camera, but I do feel like when it comes to their bond, they try to keep it off camera, and because I do feel like, you know, they don't want any toxicity or anything to get involved with their bond. So I feel like they definitely have reached the point where they do want to be careful. And yeah, so this is what I'm picking for Free and Becky. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and please let me down in the comments know what you guys think. And other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time. Bye.